All the other ramps are dried up, and that's because the water levels have officially reached below 400 feet, triggering a mandatory 5-mile-per-hour speed for all boaters across the lake.
It was definitely a surprise to many people, Hunter, and it all has to do with budget. Now, according to the interim CEO here at the zoo, the 65-acre state-of-the-art zoo proposed in Elk Grove.
When it comes to paying for power around here, PG&E, but a second lower cost option could be available come late 2027. Pioneer Community Energy is locally owned.
It's been a bit drier over the past few weeks. Some of the local resorts have to be making their own snow lately, so there's nothing that really beats this type of fresh powder.
Through the middle of the city for months, but the mayor says that it might not be that way for too much longer, and that's because they settled their lawsuit, finalized just today.
Out here live, you can see one of those helicopters that's scooping up some water, and just moments ago another one came down, scooped up all the water, and then took off. So kind of just a testament to how quickly they're able to get into this lake and then out into the air. And you can just see 1, 2, 3. There's about 3 other helicopters that are actively going towards that plume of smoke in the distance as we speak right now. Definitely just a heavy air attack, and it has been consistent all day long. Right now, though, the fire is still under investigation. CAL FIRE, though, saying that it hasn't ruled anything out.
This is Marysville's Chinatown, and it sits rather empty, which is a stark difference from the once thriving Chinese population this area saw in the 19th and 20th centuries. But a plan for revitalization is on the way.
Now to an incredible story after a family of 3 came to the rescue of a 75-year-old woman who crashed her car and landed upside down, submerged in a canal. Thanks for joining us at 5:30. I'm Marley Ginter.
And I'm Curtis Meng. It is a story you saw first on CBS 13 during our 4 o'clock newscast. Your reporter Tori Apodaca live from the scene with reaction from the woman who was saved. Tori?
Curtis, Marley, truly is such an incredible story, and so great to hear from that woman herself who is recovering now in the hospital. It's hard to see the canal behind us right now because it's dark out, but this crash happened during the daylight. Most people would have just called 911, but not this family of Good Samaritans.
I just about lost her. But I didn't.
The love of his life, his soulmate.
We got more chances.
Terry Carpenter, grateful he's been granted more time to spend with his 75-year-old wife, Robin, who survived this. Her car crashing off Larkin Road, overturning in a canal.
She's doing really well. No broken bones. Praise the Lord.
It's what some call a miracle that could have had a much different outcome without a family of Good Samaritans.
Her lips were purple, and there wasn't a breath at all. And I was scared. I was so scared.
Ashley Martin and her husband, Kyle Johnson.
She was literally submerged underwater.
Being hailed heroes by the Live Oak community for jumping into the canal, cutting Robin out of her seatbelt, and pulling her head above water until first responders arrived.
It was scary.
Ooh, tiger.
Yeah.
But the couple says the real hero was their 6-year-old daughter, Kaylee.
So the car is going like this, and it just went boom, right into the ditch.
She was playing outside and screamed for her parents who were inside the house near the canal.
Hello.
Hi, is this Robin? We spoke with Robin from her hospital bed over the phone.
Everything's going to turn out great.
Love you, babe.
I love you too, my baby.
Telling us she is in a lot of pain, but grateful.
The thing that I can remember is I started falling asleep, and all of a sudden I was going over the bump, and then I went into the ditch. That is all I remember.
It was a split-second decision for a family.
And I'm so thankful for them coming and helping me.
We'll make it up to them, huh?
Oh, we will, honey. Yes, there's no doubt.
Who firefighters who were on the call say
it's pretty unique that somebody would jump in and help somebody that they don't even know, right?
Helped save a stranger's life.
She gets Thanksgiving and Christmas now. Her grandkids get to see her.
Can't wait for my baby to get home.
Both Robin and Terry are hopeful that she'll be released from the hospital tomorrow to be home in time for Thanksgiving. That couple looking forward to the opportunity to eventually meet that family who helped save Robin's life.
Well, this is probably the first and only time that I'll ever be inside of a bridal shop, but we are here right now. We have a group actually picking out a wedding dress right now, and it really does make you think you could put a tariff on a dress, but not on love.
Soaked in, hyphened up.
Do we need to tuck those in a little bit?
Yeah.
Finding the perfect dress isn't easy.
I need an approval.
But now selling them could become a lot more challenging.
It's going to impact everybody. It's just going to pop.
Christine Sambalist is the owner of Bridal Box in Roseville.
I'm obsessed.
A family-owned store where brides-to-be can find the exact dress they're looking for.
I call it the Bridgerton dress. It definitely makes a statement.
Yeah. But getting those gowns through the door has become a lot more costly.
I got 24-hour notice yesterday from a designer that now everything ordered from today on is going to be 20% more for me.
It's an expensive bill and one that Christine does not want to pass along to her customers. A move bride-to-be Juliet Hamaker says deserves support.
Our local business is just right down the street, so we've been passing by this shop for 5 years now, and finally someone's able to get married, and we're going to come in and support them too.
What's in right now, the clean look.
While Christine refuses to charge more, she may have to make a few adjustments.
Weddings are super expensive as it is. I might have to do less discounts or less sales.
And this little bag.
For those too young to get married, Article Consignment Boutique has everything you're looking for when it comes to getting ready for prom.
I have something that, a teenage gal may want for prom. I also might have that Gucci handbag that her mom might find when she's here as well.
Since everything here is on consignment, they don't need to charge extra on dresses. Even they expect a boom in business.
We don't have to wait for it to be, going through customs and tariffs and all of that stuff. It's already right here in your closets.
The 10% off would be $17.
Amid uncertainty,
I think this is it.
you can't put a price on love.
Are we saying yes to the dress?
We're saying yes.
Paired with the perfect dress. Now, the average price of a wedding dress could go up 10 to 12%, but the owner here tells me that she does not want to pass that along to customers.
Yeah, Tony and Marley, the Yuba Sutter Fairgrounds main exhibit hall is roughly 80 years old, and the acoustics in there are extremely echoey, making it difficult for people to hear one another during events like the Yuba City Rotary Club's annual crab feed. And last year at the crab feed, that's when Rotarian Bill Hyland got the idea to do something about the noise.
We have a crab feed here every year. It's about 800 people come in, and I was sitting there talking to someone just like I'm talking to you, but I had to shout for them to hear.
Bill didn't want anyone waking up with a sore throat from straining their voice to be heard.
I'm sitting here in the crab feed and I'm thinking, I'll bet you I could do something about this.
He started doing research. He came up with an idea to install acoustic paneling throughout the building. And with the help of the Rotary Club and county agencies, the sound project is well underway.
We're building about 82 of these, and we're going to mount them all around the walls. And what's really neat is we have 4 of them over there, and actually if you go walk up to them, you can actually hear the echo go down.
They've already got some panels up and they're already making a difference. I want you to hear my voice right now. It's rather loud, echoey. Imagine when there's hundreds of people in here, but as I walk towards the wall with the panels already up, my voice becomes less echoey and more muffled.
This is the evacuation zone. Fundraisers are held here. This is where the fair is done every year. So this building is used probably 3/4 of the year, every weekend.
The building serves as an evacuation center, and people sometimes have a hard time hearing announcements during an emergency. The acoustic paneling will reduce noise reflection by roughly 65%.
It's pretty thrilling for me because I haven't found one person that said, hey, Bill, this is the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. Everybody I talk to go, wow, that's really a good idea.
One aspect of showing what Rotary can do with, you get 60 people together who say, let's find something cool that we can help out with. And now we have a project that, if was done custom through a company, would have cost $60,000, $70,000.
They've raised about $26,000 for the project through grants and pitch-ins by the Fairgrounds, Rotary Club, and Yuba Water Agency. And they expect to have some money left over to go toward a speaker system for the building.
So this year, in our crab feed on February 1st, maybe everybody can sit here and talk to each other.
Yeah, money raised from the crab feed will go back into the Rotary Club and in turn back into the community for projects just like this. And this project truly is done by the community, everybody pitching in. For example, Hilbers Inc. is a local contracting company, and they have donated to contractors and their time and their labor to help make this project happen. And come Saturday, they're going to have even more help from high school kids who are going to be coming out and helping to stretch the fabric over the panels before they're all mounted around the building.
Many community members telling me today they didn't personally know Officer Matthew Bowen, but they did know that he was someone willing to lay down his life for his community every single day that he put on that uniform, and that he did. Today was a moment to pause citywide as a procession took over the streets of Vacaville, all in his honor. A fleet of motorcycles honoring Vacaville motorcycle officer Matthew Bowen, part of a long procession that spanned much of the city Tuesday afternoon.
See people come together, it's wonderful.
Community members lined the streets of Vacaville.
It's absolutely emotional. Amazing.
Waving flags, saluting, and offering their final goodbye to a man who protected his community until the moment his life was lost.
As everybody stands here holding up the American flag, we hold it up because we are honored to be served and to be protected by such a great group of men and women.
Some neighbors bringing their children and grandchildren to be a part of it all.
I wanted to show them, with so much stuff going on in this world, that there are people that are good people and that we should honor them.
It started this morning as Officer Bowen's body was escorted to his memorial service, a packed private ceremony. At the podium, a letter written by Bowen's wife, Elizabeth, was read aloud by her aunt, honoring the love of her life and father of their two young sons.
You've loved those boys more than anything in the world, and they will know that forever. Your spirit lives in them.
His body escorted then to be buried, as this Vacaville community promises to never forget Officer Bowen.
What a tribute. We come out because we're family in Vacaville, and the Vacaville Police Department treats us all like family. They support us 100% in our community.
Vacaville's police chief has called Officer Matthew Bowen a tremendous officer, but an even better human. He will certainly be missed in this community of Vacaville, and his death actually marks the first police officer to die in the line of duty at the Vacaville Police Department.
Well, after 36 years in the classroom, a music teacher in Stockton is getting ready to put on a final show.
CBS 13's photojournalist Ayaana Williams with the positive impact he's made for so many in San Joaquin County.
I work here in the Lincoln Unified School District. I'm at two schools, Sierra Middle School, where I have 2 choirs, and then here at Lincoln High School, where I have 3 choirs.
There's a princess in a tower. Oh my gosh, that's just like me.
High school students have a wide array of emotions, and they need a place to express them. And so you see it all here. Just whatever moods they're in, they love to express, and singing makes that happen. Okay, sing it again. 36 years I'm completing, and I have loved it. It's a little bit like on your birthday where you start hearing from people on that day, but this is different than that. This makes you realize it was worth it. Great. Yes, everyone. I feel good because it's the right time. I'm 61 and I'm trying to end it feeling great about the job. Just to artistically make it as meaningful to the kids and the community and to myself as a conductor. It's just the right time to end on a high with that. Okay, and now you do a big tap dance. You got there.
When I came into high school, I did not want to do choir. I
had a really bad experience in elementary school with choir, so I was a little bit hesitant, but he was so welcoming and really brought me out of my shell.
Keep selling it! It's never really a boring day in Mr. Kimball's class. It's always really high energy. We're always singing something that's beautiful.
It's the music that we love that's a part of their lives. So it never stops. And as Shakespeare says in Twelfth Night, if music be the food of love, play on.
Congratulations to him. You could tell he just is so passionate about his job.
And to be that passionate 3 decades later, those are the kind of educators that we need in those classrooms making a difference, because wow.
Darcy Ford is the co-founder of Stockton Soul. Her love of music started at an early age.
I've always loved music since I was a child. So I would say, yeah, from the top, maybe in the womb, because I came from a musical family.
The Stockton string specialist and music teacher studied and played the Western classics. But in 2020, after the murder of George Floyd, Darcy decided to make a bold change.
The music that I love is Black music, and I want to promote Black music and show that it's valuable and worthy of study.
So she leaned on fellow musician and friend Jonathan Ivey. They both studied music here at the University of the Pacific, and together they started a Black-led orchestra.
I remember very vividly in my car talking to him on the phone while I was driving and saying, "What do you think about Stockton Soul?" And he's like, "I love it, that's great."
The group of trained musicians tapped into familiar music like R&B, hip hop, and even spoken word.
It comes to being real, ain't no second guessing. In this world, being Black.
And just as they began rehearsing, tragedy struck. Jonathan, who suffered with depression, died by suicide.
I remember screaming because I felt like, you know, we built this, and you know, and I felt like I needed him, and I didn't feel like I could go on without him.
Darcy consulted with the other musicians, including Jelani Brown, who was also friends with Jonathan. As a group, they decided to push forward. Their first performance was at Jonathan's memorial.
The hardest thing about losing him is not paying attention to the signs.
So Stockton Soul made it its mission to address mental health at each of their performances and within their own group.
It just made me realize even more that it's just like, okay, number one, I need to take care of my mental health. I need to make sure I'm asking for help.
Demonstrating that the power of love, self-care, and music can really help heal the soul.
The one common thread that we can all come together on is music. You know, especially this music that is this African Black music that is the soundtrack of our country.
We were in this same area yesterday, and now it's completely unrecognizable. We didn't even know that there were cars or structures off the sides of the road in some parts because they were hidden by trees and lush forest, but now it's all bare and exposed. Take a look at this footage. As of this morning, the latest reports from CAL FIRE are that at least 134 structures have been destroyed and 4,200 are at risk. And more than 1,600 people are out here battling flames. Yesterday, CAL FIRE was reporting 3% containment, but that number has since fallen to 0% containment. Butte County has activated a fire hotline. Residents can call 211 for the latest information, and new evacuation orders have been issued for zones 263 and 264 in Forest Ranch, and also 281 and 283 in Magalia. Chico residents we spoke with are starting to compare the park fire to the campfire.